Behind the scenes at the Boeing factory to learn more. Lester, good morning.
Matt, good morning. It's the hottest selling new plane ever. The airlines simply like the arithmetic. A plane that could carry up to 250 people, 9,000 miles nonstop, and use 20% less fuel. And now, after long delays, they'll finally see how it flies. Production bottlenecks, a strike, even a fix to an unexpected structural problem have failed to undermine the belief among many airlines that once in service, the Boeing 787 could be a game changer for their struggling industry.
The design of the aircraft, the way we positioned it in the marketplace, has been such that it's been able to take advantage of a real change, a sea change, in the way our commercial customers think about the future.
Airlines are desperate to cut the cost of doing business, and because the 787's wings and fuselage are made of lighter but stronger plastic composites instead of aluminum, it uses a lot less fuel. The cabin can be pressurized to a lower altitude, and because it's more corrosion resistant, allows for higher cabin humidity.
The flying public will be much less fatigued after a flight on the 787.
This cabin mock-up shows what Boeing hopes will be a crowd pleaser. Oversized overhead bins, a sweeping arched entryway, and dramatic lighting.
Another thing that will immediately catch your eye on the 787, the windows. They're considerably larger than any other commercial airplane. Also, no more window shades. You can go from light to dark electronically in just a minute with the push of a button.
The design goal, says Boeing, put the magic back in flying.
How can we design an airplane that, brings the outside in a little more, that connects people with the fact that they're in the air?
A philosophy that extends to a futuristic cockpit that gives pilots a better view, too.
A good example is the large format Earth-Sky display. Without even looking, you can see that display move out of the corner of your eye.
The way the 787 is built in sections by suppliers all over the world has also broken new ground, but turned out to be the program's Achilles heel.
We've disappointed them for these last couple of years by not having the airplane when we originally said we would. And that adds just a piece of pressure.
A complicated supply chain brings the fully outfitted wings, tail, and body sections to Boeing's Everett, Washington plant aboard a fleet of modified 747s.
We'll have to operate to very good on-time records to keep our production system going.
Anything that can disrupt the complicated supply chain, from earthquakes at factory sites to an ill-fitting part, is now worked out in this command center. With almost 900 orders for a plane that hasn't taken off, Boeing recently broke ground on a second assembly line in South Carolina, as it looks to finally put the embarrassing delays behind it and the ground far below the 787.
I think you're going to hear a huge round of applause. That's what you'll hear.
So if the weather cooperates, the first 787 test flight will take off around 10 a.m. Pacific time from Everett, Washington this morning. Boeing hopes to deliver the planes by next fall.
That cool aircraft.
Yeah,
really nice. Lester, thanks very much. When we come back, an emotional hearing in the Casey Anthony case brings her to